Are you ready to
We're
lose?
gonna foxed it. Oh, hummingbird.
Oh, yeah.
I think he's a hummingbird.
All right, settle down, everyone. Settle down. Is everybody here? J.J. Falcon, present. The defense is ready, Your Honor.
A rabbit.
Rupert Rabington, present. The ready's prosecution, Your Honor. Oh, darn. That's not it. Oh, gosh. Where are my notes? Ha! I knew it. Knew what? Rupert and I went to Paris Law School together. He was in all of my classes. Oh, was he smart? Pff, no. He always scored the second worst marks in the class. I can only assume that he bumbled through the final exams on the luck of his own two rabbit's feet. Unless he's improved considerably, you might already have this trial in the bag. That's good to know, but say, Sparrowson, if Rupert scored the second lowest marks in the class, who scored the lowest?
Me.
I choose to exercise my right to not self-incriminate. Ah, here it is. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. Are the jury all present? All present and accounted for, Your Honor.
I like the ostrich man.
I like all of them, but you know what? I like the vulture.
He's wearing a basket.
Yeah. Although the ostrich is very cute. I'm just appreciating them. Oh, those two birds with the funny hats are assessors, the associate judges. Everything seems to be in order, so let us begin. The court is now in session for the trial of Dame Cataline de Meow. Prosecution, please call your first witness to the stand. Oh gosh, are we there already? Okay, I choose to call the officer in charge of the murder investigation, Inspector Valerty, to the witness stand. Inspector Valerty, please approach the stand and recite the oath. As you will, Your Honor, I swear to speak without hatred and without fear, to tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth. Monsieur, no, Inspector, please state your name and occupation for the record. My name is Inspector Just Valerty. I am a servant to the law, a scourge of the gutter rats that plague the city. I have enforced the law for over 20 years, and I shall continue until I bring the infamous Viridian Killer to justice. My path began 18 years ago. Sorry, did that say 8?
18. No, it's at 18.
Let's stick to the questions, Inspector. Of course, Your Honor. Oh, great. I was hoping we could have one of those bumbling, cuddly officers, but instead we're stuck with lawful goody two-shoes. Bet this guy would turn in his own mother if he saw her littering. So, Inspector, is it true that you're lead investigator on this case? That is correct. I was also among the first to arrive at the scene of the crime. Then perhaps you can walk us through what you witnessed upon your arrival? Absolutely. Just after 7:30, we were alerted and brought to the scene by the housemaid of Baron Wargill. At the scene of the crime, we found Dame Cataline de Meow. She was standing over the corpse of Monsieur Grenouille with his blood on her paws. Well, that sounds like an open and shut case in my humble opinion. No more questions, Your Honor. Blood paws? Nobody told me that detail. Keep it together, Falcon. You're about to be given the opportunity to cross-examine the witness. That's your opportunity to find flaws in the inspector's testimony. Of course, I know this. You may begin your cross-examination, Monsieur Falcon. Oh, fuck, are we there already? Cross-examine the witness to find flaws in his testimony. Select a key phrase that you find suspicious, and Falcon will press the witness for information. Ask the right questions to bring the truth to light. Avoid pressing for pointless details. The judge and jury don't like having their time wasted. Select a statement to question.
Okay, they were alerted and brought to the scene by the housemaid.
Yes.
The scene of the crime, we found Dame Cataline. She's standing over the slice-open corpse, which is true. With the blood on her paws.
Yeah. I'm glad we can at least reference this again.
We don't have anything. I think you just have to ask for the statement.
Yeah, I'm just double checking.
Oh my god, the raw steak. Duh.
Oh, duh.
Okay, so press for the bloody paws.
Yeah. Inspector, you say Dame Cataline had blood on her paws. Correct. Blood clung to her fur like guilt to a convict.
Who's...
Yeah. Whose blood was it? Ha! What a question. It was Monsieur Grenouille's, of course. How can you be so sure? I object. This line of questioning is absurd. There's only one murder victim that night, Falcon. The blood on Dame Cataline's paws could have only belonged to one person, Monsieur Grenouille. Judge, Falcon's trying to delay the trial by asking pointless questions. I'm afraid the prosecution may have a point, Monsieur Falcon. Do you have any reason to suspect that the blood belonged to someone other than Monsieur Grenouille?
I do.
Yes. I do, Your Honor. Actually, I have more than suspicion. I have evidence that the blood on Dame Cataline's paws had nothing to do with the murder. This is foolish time wasting, Falcon. If the blood on Dame Cataline's paws didn't come from the victim, then where did the blood come from?
Steak.
On the evening of the murder, Dame Cataline ate a bloody rare steak. Is this true, Monsieur Rabington? Well, in a manner of speaking, I suppose steak may have been on the menu. Then, Inspector, would you acknowledge the possibility that the blood on the lady's paws did not belong to the victim, but to the steak? Well, wait, don't answer that, Inspector. It is a possibility. No.
No.
Intriguing. Convincing. Gain a little favor with the jury. Interesting. So, Inspector Valerti, is it possible that you arrested an innocent bystander simply for being a messy eater? Now, hold on just a minute, Falcon. You're overlooking something quite crucial. Dame Cataline's an elegant bourgeois kitten. She was no doubt brought up with flawless etiquette and perfect table manners. At the banquet, she would have eaten the steak with a fork in her left hand and a knife in her right, like any proper civilized animal. How could she have possibly gotten blood on her paws with such good manners? That's a good question. Or at least it would be any ordinary dinner banquet. But as it happens, something was missing from the particular banquet, something that forced Dame Cataline to eat with her paws.
Missing silverware.
Dame Cataline was forced to eat steak with her paws because the silverware of the household had been previously stolen. So stolen? I don't recall any mention of that in the police report. We weren't aware of anything missing from the Rorgil residence when we performed the initial investigation, but as it happened, Baron Rorgil approached us about this very subject last night. Ah! What a twist.
The hippo has like his tongue out or something, so he has like this weird like jutting piece of his lip out or something.
I'll have to see it. What is the meaning of all this? Bloody steak, misplaced silverware? Inspector, was your investigation so lax that you overlooked these basic facts in your initial report? Lax? My investigation? Judge, I assure you, I am the most thorough investigative officer on the force. Then it's amazing that the Parisian police managed to solve any crimes at all. Heh. Oh dear. Be on your way, Inspector. Perhaps do a little inspecting for your next case. Fine, so be it. Messieurs, until next time. Prosecutor, I trust your next witness is ready. Yes, of course, Your Honor. I call upon, let's see, Monsieur Rubinio, the photographer who attended the banquet on the night of the murder. Monsieur Rubinio, please approach the stand and recite the oath. How's it go? I swear to speak without hatred and without fear, to tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth. It's a little cliche, to be perfectly honest. Could the witness please introduce himself for the court record? Humph. As if anybody in this courtroom does not immediately recognize me. I'm the great Monsieur Rubinio, cutting-edge photographer and visionary. I don't just take people's pictures, I capture their very essence. Je suis artiste, something. You may have
smoking the pipe.
You may have seen my works in his magazines Les Branches or C'est Chute. I can send you tweets if you like.
Tweets?
What on earth is a tweet? Bird-to-bird communication. Come on, Falcon, it's the 19th century. Get with the times already. Yes, your works are very impressive, Monsieur Rubinio, but let's get down to business. Could you tell us your activities were on the night of the murder? Very well. I was hired by Baron Rorgil to capture the evening's events. I arrived at 7 in the evening. I pointed my camera and captured the beauty of the banquet in one fantastic photograph. Then I billed Baron Rorgil and left. Like a true artist. And with regards to the photograph itself, who did you photograph? Thought you might ask. I brought a copy so you can all see for yourselves. Oh, very good. Let's take a closer look.
Hey, wait a minute.
My word, this is an exquisite picture, isn't it? Let's see who do we have here.
Look. There's hands on the clock.
Yeah. In the middle, we see Baron Rorgil, the lion who hosted the event. On the left, we see Signor Pertois de Miao, the father of the defendant, Dame Cataline. And finally, we see the housemaid, Colleen Duhout, who I suspect may have snuck into the picture uninvited.
Bro.
As you can see, 2 people are clearly absent from the photograph. The first to be the victim, Monsieur Grenouille. The second is the defendant, Dame Cataline de Miao. Quite suspicious, wouldn't you agree? Just a moment, Monsieur Rabington. This proves nothing. So the defendant and the victim were not photographed with the others. That doesn't mean that they were in the garden together at that point. Hold your horses, Falcon. I'm not done yet. Prosecution may continue. Behind the photographed subjects, we see a wall clock with the time set 7:30. Now, why is that time significant? Well, as Inspector Valerti told us earlier, that was the exact time the murder took place. Do you see, Falcon? Every suspect has an alibi at the time of the murder, save for Dame Cataline herself. Falcon, that photograph doesn't seem right. It looks different up to the one we borrowed from Rubinio's studio. I see it too. Our photograph
That's the real one.
shows Colleen Duhout, Dame Cataline, and Signor Pertois. But Monsieur Rubinio's photograph shows Baron Wargill where Dame Cataline should be standing. If we assume that only one photograph was taken, then this demonstrates that one of the photographs must have been edited in some way. You should just slam that evidence down, be like, bam, inconsistency. This whole courtroom's out of order. Case closed. I can't do that. Well, I suppose you'd be a little more delicate with your words. No, I mean, I can't do that because our evidence was illegally obtained. If I were to present it, Monsieur Rubinio would ask how we acquired it, and the whole trial could derail. In a worst-case scenario, I could lose my legal license, and we'd be arrested for theft. Oh, well, we don't want that. No, we don't. I should tread lightly. Your Honor, I would like to cross-examine the witness. Very well, the defense may proceed. It's a waste of time, if you ask me. Photographs are rock-solid evidence.
You can't present evidence. You have to question him on a line.
Yeah.
They did. Everybody did confirm he arrived at 7, but he didn't take the picture until 7:30. And he did, right after taking it, left.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I think you have to present the photograph.
Oh no. What?
The frog.
This one?
Yeah, look at him. He did set up a camera. He did arrive at 7.
Did he arrive at 7?
Yeah, they said that. They said he arrived at 7, but he didn't actually set up the camera until 7:30 to take a picture. And then a little bit after 7:30 is when they found the body. It's the photograph, man. But
we can't use it.
I mean, unless it's the 7 o'clock and then presenting the clock that way, but...
That's what I'm thinking.
But he did arrive at 7 o'clock.
I'm gonna try it.
Okay.
Monsieur Rubinio, you say that you arrived at 7 o'clock. Give or take a couple minutes, yes? Oh. How long did it take to set up? It took perhaps 25 minutes to find a shooting location, put together the camera, and ready to film. So you arrived at 7, the photograph took place at 7:30, and you spent 25 minutes setting up. Those 5 minutes unaccounted for. Falcon, surely you aren't suggesting that Monsieur Rubinio did something nefarious in this small window of time?
No.
No. Not at all, I'm just trying to piece together the evening's events. Spent a little time walking with Baron Wargill when I arrived. It's probably where the rest of the time went.
No.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
How do you know that you arrived at 7? Well, the clock in my house read 6:45 when I left, and the walk to Chateau Crenier was around 15 minutes. I don't claim to be a flawless timekeeper, but I am a professional. I always stick to an appointment. Fuck.
I told you it's the photograph. You know, listen. I see a mistake in the photograph.
Just to clarify, Monsieur Rubinio, photographs are a direct reflection of reality, are they not? That's correct. The photograph process leaves no room for bias or inaccuracies. That's the most curious because I see a mistake. Mistake? Impossible. I just told you, Monsieur, the camera is a perfect, unbiased evidence, or device. The photograph it produces are flawless. Falcon, I'm not seeing any mistakes. Perhaps you could be more specific? Certainly.
The clock.
The clock in this photograph, there's something not right about it. Well, isn't that convenient? The defense sees something wrong with the key piece of evidence and it implicates his client. Don't give me that cocky tone, Monsieur Rabington. I have evidence that there's something wrong with the clock in that picture. The photograph... Ooh, fuck. That much is self-evident. Which is most curious because the clock in the lounge of Chateau Crenier has no hands. It has no hands? Clock is merely a decorative piece, a talking item. Feel free to ask Baron Wargill or his housemate if you have doubts. Monsieur Rubinio, how do you explain this discrepancy? I don't know. There must be some sort of mistake. My camera's flawless. There is no mistake, Monsieur. Your photograph depicts something that does not exist in the real world. Maybe there was an error in the printing process. An error precisely where the clock's hand should be? Please, Monsieur, don't patronize us. Allow me to offer a more plausible explanation. You, Monsieur Rubinio, edited this photograph. Edited? I'm no expert, but I suspect he used paint or ink to carefully put hands upon the clock. It would have been a simple task, considering that the clock face was bare. One could even speculate that you specifically chose to include a handless clock in the photograph just to simplify the editing process. Falcon, your reasoning is absurd. Why would the witness do such a thing? Is it not obvious? By showing the photograph to have taken place at precisely 7:30, it clears all the photograph's subjects of suspicion. In other words, Monsieur Rubinio has created a perfect alibi.
Squeal.
Of course, this raises further questions. Who's the witness protecting? And why? Was Monsieur Rubinio coerced, bribed, threatened? Enough silence. Let's hear some answers, Monsieur Rubinio. Fine, you've got me. I'm guilty. I did it all. You did it? You're confessing to the murder of Monsieur Grenouille? What? No. I have no idea who killed the frog. I'm just admitting that I'm guilty of producing fraudulent photographs. I was ordered to make changes to the printed photographs, and yes, that included adding hands to the clock. You were ordered? By whom? I dare not say. Monsieur Rubinio, I strongly advise you to answer the defense's questions. You have pledged to speak without fear, after all. With respect, Judge, I fear his claws more than I fear the punishment of the justice system. I shall name no names. His claws, do you hear that, Falcon? That's most unfortunate. Monsieur Rubinio, we cannot and shall not torture names out of you. We don't live under the ancient regime, after all. But since you have admitted to falsifying evidence that we cannot keep you on the stand as a witness. Take your leave. You shall be charged with perjury in due course. I can't protest. That's the least I deserve for my failure as an artist. Good day, messieurs. Intriguing. Convincing. Gain a little favor. So the clock's hands were painted on. So what? Doesn't matter. Photograph still depicts Dame Cataline as absent close to the time of the murder. That's significant. Don't be dense, Monsieur Rabington. If the photograph is not completely genuine, then it cannot be considered reliable evidence. Why not? It's still a portrayal of the night's events. Because if we accept that one part of the picture was edited, then we must accept the possibility that the other parts were too.
I wonder if there's a way to get the photograph, like, legitly.
That's a good... I feel like there probably is.
Probably.
It's possible Dame Cataline was painted out. Even worse, it's possible that another person was painted in. We know that the witness was trying to cover for someone, so all possibilities must be accounted for. So what are you saying, Falcon? That the housemaid paid off a photographer, or was it Seigneur Pertois de Miao, perhaps? I don't think so. The housemaid lacks a means or motive, and it wouldn't make sense for Seigneur Pertois to implicate his own daughter. Well, sure, you're not suggesting that the honest and beloved Baron Wargill deliberately tried to frame Dame Cataline.
I do.
Because that would be the most outlandish theory yet. Baron's a pillar of our community. He would never do such a thing. Monsieur Rabington, I'm not here to throw accusations. That's the job of you, the prosecutor. However, perhaps I should offer my opinion. Baron, it's not time for your witness testimony yet. So you would think, prosecutor, and yet I see my good reputation getting tarnished by your incompetence. Indeed.
Why didn't you say incompetence?
This is funny. Indeed, let us proceed with the witness questioning. Is that fine with you, Judge? Yes, I suppose that's fine. Very good, and I trust that defense has no objections.
No, let's go.
No objections here. Fantastic. Oh, but before I forget, I pledge to speak without fear and prejudice, etc., etc. Now, prosecutor, ask me about what I witnessed over the course of the evening. Oh, okay. Baron Wargill, on the night of the initial dinner went magnificently. When the photographer arrived, Monsieur Grenouille left to visit the garden. Dame Cataline followed behind him moments later. Seigneur Pertois, Monsieur Rubinio, and myself were engaged in conversation, so we paid her no mind. After the photographer had left, my housemaid left to go find Monsieur Grenouille and Dame Cataline. That would be when I heard her cry for help. Thank you, Baron. I think we all know the story from there. I would like to cross-examine the witness. Do you doubt my integrity, Garçon? I'm just here to uncover the truth, Baron. Very well then, hit me with your best shot. Let us establish with absolute certainty that I, Baron Wargill, am an honest man. The defense may proceed with the cross-examination.
Okay.
Okay. Dinner went magnificently. Okay. When the photographer arrived, Monsieur Grenouille left to visit the garden. Dame Cataline followed behind a few moments later. Housemaid discovered the pair just after the photographer left and called for help.
Which is true.
That is true.
Dinner did go well.
Not really. They didn't have any silverware.
I mean, yeah, but like, you don't have anything to say that it didn't.
I'm thinking it's gotta be either dinner or Grenouille. Sorry, let me get back to the mic.
What's our things that we have? Like, what's...
We have the cigar, the steak, and the silverware.
So the steak was already used, the silverware was already used, the clock hands were used, and the photographer's out.
I mean, just because they were used once doesn't mean they can't be used again. But,
that's useless to us
yeah.
right now. Maybe it has to do with...
I think it's got to be the cigar.
Yeah, I'm thinking that too.
Do you think it's Grenouille?
Or the garden. It's not the housemaid.
It's not the housemaid. The garden is where they were. I think it's maybe this one. Like, maybe we'll ask, was it just him because we found his cigar?
Maybe. I'll try that one out.
Yeah. Baron Vorgil, I have some questions about Monsieur Grenouille. God rest his soul.
Why, I guess?
Yeah. Why did Monsieur Grenouille leave to visit the garden? I believe he wanted some fresh air. The steak did not sit well with him, I fear. Oh, I see, but that's quite coincidental timing, isn't it? How so? Well, Monsieur Grenouille felt sick and left the room just after the photographer arrived and just before the murder occurred. One might draw a link between the food and the sickness. Hold on, Falcon. Surely you aren't suggesting that Monsieur Grenouille's food was poisoned in some way?
No.
No.
He's cut.
Yeah, he was cut open and...
Which, I mean, is
pretty
not...
raw.
I was about to say, I mean, not the fact of, first off... Well, if you think about it, 3 carnivores and 1, I guess, somewhat of an omnivore, but for eating raw steak and...
That would make him sick.
Yeah.
So, no. No, there's nothing to indicate poisoning. I just found the timing somewhat puzzling. There's nothing puzzling about it. Monsieur Grenouille always had a soft stomach. It's really no surprise that he couldn't keep down a good rare steak. Do you have another question about Monsieur Grenouille?
I guess not.
I mean, I can try the other one, I guess.
What was the other one?
Why'd he visit the garden?
No, you just did that one. You did the what was your relation to They're business partners.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
stupid shit.
So what do you think?
I guess
then?
it's the garden. I mean, like...
Yeah, I guess so.
I don't know if it can be dinner.
Baron, we saw the murder scene, your garden for ourselves.
When was the last time you visited?
Baron Vorgil, when was the last time you ventured into your own garden? As it happens, I have quite serious allergies. I haven't been in my own garden for years. Years, you say? Oh, will you stop? Indeed. Baron, I do not wish to call you a liar, but that claim does not hold up to scrutiny. Oh, and why is that? Because we have hard evidence that you visited the garden recently. Balderdash, my word's gold. Show the card the so-called hard evidence that I've been in my garden.
Here you go.
All right. This was found in your garden. To be specific, it was found inside the fountain basin, right beside where the murder occurred. A cigar butt? That could belong to anybody. And
Except it has the sticker of his brand.
Prosecutor, please shut your mouth. I can speak for myself. Okay, sorry, Baron. It is indeed remnants of one of my cigars, but I must apologize, Monsieur Falcon, for I misunderstood your initial question. You see, prior to the banquet, I hadn't visited my own garden in years. But naturally, after hearing the housemaid's cry for help on that evening of the murder, I rushed outside.
Nah.
I was shocked and disgusted by what I saw. That must have been when I dropped my half-smoked cigar in the fountain basin. You see, Falcon, there's a perfectly reasonable explanation. I would find that believable if the cigar were casually discarded, but as it happened, the cigar butt was found in the fountain's upper basin, a location that could only be accessed with great inconvenience. And a little paddling.
Fuck you.
The cigar butt was not dropped, it was deliberately hidden. There are any number of possible explanations. Are there? Because I can only think of one. That is that you, Baron Vorgil, deliberately hid your cigar butt to disguise your own illicit activities. Did I now? What illicit activities would those be?
Murder.
Want me to spell it out? Fine, let's put everything on the table. You, Baron Vorgil, murdered Monsieur Grenouille. That is what you were trying to keep hidden. Directly accuse me of murder? How shamelessly brazen. That's a ludicrous accusation, Falcon. The Baron's an upstanding citizen of the highest order. Your allegation is baseless. You have no evidence. No, means, motive, or opportunity. No evidence? Think harder, Monsieur Rabbington. Every piece of evidence points to Baron Vorgil as the prime suspect. You want the means? The Baron certainly had the means. His lion's claws are as sharp as a surgeon's blade. Gutting a frog belly would be trivial to him. Even Monsieur Rubinio confessed just moments ago that he feared his claws. Ridiculous! I would never threaten a man with violence. You want a motive? The Baron had at least 10,000 francs worth of motive. By removing a business partner, the Baron's share of his railway company increased from 1/3 to 1/2. This is preposterous. And finally, the Baron had an opportunity. No, he crafted the perfect opportunity. He arranged a small banquet with a very select number of guests. He was aware of the missing silverware, and yet he served a steak, a food item that necessitates good cutlery. Why? To bloody the hands of his guests, of course. Then he hired an easily influenced photographer and staged a very specific picture in order to build a perfect alibi for himself. Photographing the guests in front of a handless clock to make for easy editing is quite an ingenious plan, it must be said. Prosecutor, are you just going to let this slanderous yarn go uncontested? Say something, object. Oh, you're pitifully useless. After executing the murder, the Baron found himself still holding a single piece of incriminatory evidence, his finished cigar. He knew that leaving it at the crime scene would raise suspicion, but he didn't have time to properly dispose of it. So out of desperation, he threw it into his fountain, out of the sight of his guests and any snooping police. I imagine the Baron was hoping to implicate Seigneur Pourtour de Miao, since that would ensure total control over his railway company. Alas, Dame Caterline was the first to happen upon the crime scene, so the Baron improvised. This is an outrage. Judge, I demand that you disbar this ranting lunatic. No, there's only one outrage here. That is, that a man like yourself is able to abuse his wealth and status to frame an innocent girl for murder. You're a bourgeois of the worst kind. How dare you, garçon, the utter nerve of a lying scumbag of a lawyer to accuse a philanthropist like myself of something so heinous. I'm nothing like the fat cat bourgeois. I am a respectable, hard-working capitalist. No, you're a ruthless man who would slaughter a dear friend just to reap new francs. You're incredulous whelp. I ought to gut you right here and now like a damned frog.
Well.
Could someone please restrain the Baron? I'm on it, Yana. Let's go, old man, to the concierge with you. Don't touch me, you filthy jackdaw. I can walk myself.
That's what he is.
This is quite a turn of events. Does the prosecution have anything to add? Well, in a manner of, speaking, well, to be honest, no. Then I shall now confer with the members of the jury to come to a decision. I ask that the animals of the court please be patient in this time.
I won.
Falcon, that was pretty incredible. Thank you. I just hope it was enough. What do you mean? You just proved Cataline's innocence. We'll get a not guilty verdict for sure. Sparrowson, I think you've misunderstood something important about the justice system. What's that? I haven't proved anything. As lawyers, we cannot deal in proofs. It's just not possible. All we can do is organize the evidence and convincingly explain what it suggests. I haven't proved Dame Cataline's innocence. All I've done is demonstrate that there is a significant possibility that she's not guilty. I'm not sure I understand the difference. We have reached a decision. In light of the recent revelations, it's clear that an error of judgment was made with the initial arrest. On that note, we unanimously find the defendant, Dame Cataline de Miao, to be not guilty.
Yay!
Hooray! Monsieur Falcon, Petite Sparrowson, you did it. Yeah, I suppose we did, didn't we? We should head back to the office so we can celebrate properly.
You're so lucky. I did kill that frog.
You did it, Falcon. I can't take all the credit. This was a group achievement. I'm so proud of you both. I'll go get one bottle of wine and 3 of our least dirty glasses. You were amazing, Monsieur Falcon. Oh, it was nothing. I very much like the way you pinned the murder on the Baron. That was an act of sheer genius. Well, I didn't pin anything. Sparrowson and I just worked at unveiling the truth given the facts of the case. Monsieur Falcon, there's no need to play coy. The case is over. Play coy? Don't tell me you're actually being sincere. I'm completely lost. Oh, wow. I thought the goody-goody thing was an act, but you actually don't know. All right, I'll spell it out for you. Son of a bitch! I murdered Monsieur Grenouille.
Why?
I saw him in the garden, all drunk and vulnerable, and I seized my opportunity.
Oh, she's telling the story.
It was nothing personal, just business, you understand?
She's fibbing.
Business? To increase my papa's share in the train company, of course. My papa always said that the drunk old frog was the weakest link. Your confession doesn't make any sense at all. I found Baron Morgill's cigar butt hidden in the garden. Oh, I put that there. I expected the police to find it, but I suppose I was putting too much faith in the brains of Paris's finest. But Falcon proved that Monsieur Rubinio's photograph was edited. It was edited. I wasn't in the picture because I was busy paying a visit to Monsieur Grenouille in the garden. My papa knew I needed an alibi, so he ordered Monsieur Rubinio to paint me over Baron Morgill and add hands to the clock. But that lazy artist didn't manage to finish altering either photograph by trial day. It's a good thing that Monsieur Falcon was so imaginative, because that could have gone very badly.
She's lying.
What's with the silence? You should both be proud. There aren't many lawyers in the whole of France who could have won a case like this, even for a bourgeoisie kitten like me. I think you should leave. Huh, fine, so much for the celebrations. Here's the payment for your services straight from my papa's pockets. Well, adieu, Monsieur Falcon. Adieu, Petit Sparrowson. Falcon, what do we do now? Falcon? Well, fuck! End of Act 1. Your game's been saved. Do you want to continue? I think I want to stop it here,
Yeah,
but
we're gonna have
holy
to.
shit! What the fuck?
Oh, did it save though?
It said it did, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Fuck.
Damn.
That was nuts.
I thought she was lying. I thought she was gonna be like, "Oh, teehee."
Tee, just kidding. Ha ha ha. God, that was fucked up.
Damn, just Act 1 though. Fuck.
Let me think a minute. That. The fuck.
John, you put an innocent man.
Yeah, Rorgil didn't actually admit to it. He just looked really bad.